looking at Johnston businessman protests the Biden fundraiser. Who is the one person standing out in the rain and he's holding up Trump signs? Now, they say he's protester, but I don't see any anti-Biden signs. I just see pro-Trump signs. But the person who is standing across the street joins me now, and it's Frank Ricci. Good morning, Frank Ricci.
Good morning, John.
Hi there, Frank. So, just first of all, you're identified as a protester, but you don't have any anti-Biden signs. So, take us through your mindset of why you decided to go stand near the Biden fundraiser holding in a display of Trump signs.
My mindset was not protesting, but was to raise awareness that there are people in this state that do support President Trump and everything that he's doing and will do in the future if the Democrats would just line up with him and work with him.
Now, so take me through, your decision to go there and then set up your signs. Now, I notice you have quite a bit of signs. You have one sign, according to the picture I'm looking at, Gays for Trump. Then there's another one, LGBTQ for Trump. Now, so are you someone who's gay and you want to let everyone know that you support President Trump?
No, I do not go that way, but I know a lot of my friends who are gay, and you know what? They're supporting him because he's backing them up 100%. And what he's done for the LGBT community is much more than the Obama administration or any of them have done. So, yeah, if you read the articles, you'll see that what he's done and what he's tried to propose. And every time he tries to propose something, the Democrats just put up a roadblock and they stop it, which is really unfair.
And did you see former Vice President Biden, for instance, were you able to, kind of almost like come face to face with him?
No, I was being very respectful. I was on my side of the street. I didn't go over there. I didn't jump in his way. Not like that other protester who was really protesting, and he was about climate change and everything. I mean, the Secret Service, this guy was actually right in Biden's face, and that's not right. I mean, the Secret Service just stepped in and pushed this guy aside, and he was the one that was being totally disrespectful. I was there just answering people's questions, being calm, and telling people my side of the story of why I'm supporting Trump and why I think the Democrats are a bunch of two-faces.
And so is the goal when you are standing there holding Trump signs, were you looking for more people to join you? For instance, if you had your way, would you have had like 20 or 30 or more, 50 people there?
It would have been nice, but I didn't find out about this until like an hour before the event actually started. So I just packed up my stuff, went to the shop, grabbed my signs, and went there, put a little thing on Facebook. But I knew it was too late for anybody to come up. So I just stood there myself, and I did my thing. And it was really good because I got to tell a lot of people who would say, oh, why are you here? And calling Trump all kinds of names. And then once I told them my story, which I love to tell you, they kind of like turned a different cheek. And then they came up with a thing, well, he's a racist. Well, that's what they always say when they know when somebody's telling you the truth about Trump.
Now, who are these people that were asking you why you were there? People that were attending the fundraiser, the media, or just people walking by?
It was pretty much everyone. I did have a few people that would give me high fives as they were driving by. But obviously it was a majority of all the Democrats, and they were just, oh, why are you doing this? And, Joe Biden's here, and you should have respect and all of that. But someone's got to speak up for Rhode Islanders and show everyone out there that there are people that are supporting President Trump.
Now, again, we're speaking with Frank Ricci. Now, Frank, do you wish you had had a larger crowd out there with you?
Oh, of course. But you know what? It was very cold out there. I mean, sometimes the rain was going sideways, and it was quite miserable. I was wet from head to toe, but I stood there and I just took all the questions that came in, and I was more than happy to do it for our president.
And do you feel going forward, should there be more of a presence of protesters when some of the Democrat presidential candidates are coming through?
I don't think they should be protesting. I think what I did was right down the center. It was, we're supporting Trump. Come over here. Let me tell you what our side of the story is, and then make a decision. That's how I was looking at it. I didn't go there with any anti-Biden signs whatsoever. I was just being very positive about the whole entire thing because I don't want to get into a fight with them. I just want to tell them my point of view.
Now, again, we're speaking with Frank Ricci. And tell us again, what exactly were, like, I mean, are you convincing people? I'm just trying to figure out, what's the I don't want to say the motive, because I'm always open. What exactly is the goal and something like that? Like, do you really think you're convincing people, like, I'm against Trump, but now after I see Frank Ricci standing there holding a sign, now I guess I'm for? I mean, what exactly, what's the mission of you're going there for a reason, you're doing it on your own. What exactly is the mission here?
Well, the mission is to show that President Trump is standing up for the American workers. My company, we had 22 employees working for us, and then slowly, we're in the jewelry industry. So we were plugging along, doing well, and everything was going fine. And then all of a sudden, the work started going away, and it was all going to China, and it wasn't stopping. And with 22 people, that's a heck of a big payroll. We had $1 million worth of equipment in there, all state-of-the-art. I was hiring new kids all the time right out of the school. So, yeah, we were living the American dream. So once we started noticing that all the work was going away, I called our Congress people up. I called all our 4 Democratic representatives. And the same tune I got from everyone, there's nothing we can do. China's the way it is. You just have to go out there and go retrain everybody and go do something else. And you know what? That really tipped me off. And then once I was able to talk to President Trump up in New Hampshire, he was at the Sylvania plant, I asked him directly, I said, you know what, China took all my work away. What are you going to do about it? And this was before he was elected. This was back in 2015. He goes, you know what, it's money manipulation. And we're going to stand up to these Chinese people, and we're going to do something about it. Well, you know what, he did. And we're starting to see the benefits of the tariffs and all the unfair trade starting to help our company, where I'm now considering buying more equipment, putting the tool room back together, and that's what Trump has done for us. Not one Democrat there stood up for me to try to help us. They're all afraid. They're all in there lining their own pockets. They talk a good talk, but they don't walk it. That's for sure.
Now, Frank, are you planning on, I believe there's going to be some other candidates coming to town. Are you planning on, would you call it a protest, or how would you describe, that you're standing out there and holding Trump signs? How else would you describe that?
How would I describe it? I would call it more educational picketing, I would call it. I would not call it a protest. A protest is what the Democrats do to us. I've been to dozens of the Trump rallies, and these people get up in your face. They start screaming at you. There's been people who are getting spat at. They've taken my signs and they've thrown them on the ground, ripped them up, and burned them. And you know what? The media doesn't show that. But if we were to swing at one of these people or push them away, you know what? We'd get crucified like crazy. But the media doesn't see that stuff, and that really aggravates me as well. We do have to stand our ground, but we cannot just keep getting pushed around all the time. And there was one event that just happened a little while ago. One of the protesters took a shot at one of us. And what are we supposed to do? Just sit there and take it? No, we can't. We've got to stand up for ourselves.
No, you're exactly right. So, but going forward, would like, for instance, yesterday, if you could have, would you have liked 100 people out there?
I would have loved to see the 100 people there. They would have seen how peaceful the Trump people are, and that we're not there hollering, yelling, and screaming. And you know something? The Democrats started this. This all started back in 2015 at Ernie Bach Jr.'s home. And there were protesters lining up there screaming, calling Trump every bad name in the world, calling them baby killers, and you don't like anybody on the planet, and all you want to do is deport everyone, which is the furthest thing from the truth, because the second that Trump got in there, within the next couple of weeks, he introduced DACA, a pathway to citizenship. And you know what? And every one of the Democrats shot it down. He said, okay, you can have DACA, just let's do this, and this, and we're going to have it. But no, you don't see the mainstream media ever bringing that up. The Democrats crushed it.
That's a very good point. All right, and going forward, what should people know about just, I'm more interested just in the motivation to do it. Do you think, is this something that you want to take up with either the people running the Trump campaign in Rhode Island, or is this something that you want to take up with the Republican Party? Do you feel, the Republican Party, did they miss an opportunity yesterday, or I should say with when people come to town, on whether or not they should be out there protesting?
Yes, I think we should be out there. We should have a presence, and we should tell them what our platform is and how we feel about things the way they're going and how we want to make change happen.
All right. Well, there he is, Frank. Frank, thanks for joining us. Frank Ricci was out there trying to spread the word regarding the Trump campaign. All right, 766-1380, 401-766-1380. You can email me, john@depetro.com.